And to you.
Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. What are your programs for tonight?
Nothing.
These no romantic girls. Is
And
anybody
you,
going out?
Paola?
I just prepare a very nice stracciatella in brodo. Old people, like we are. Ok. No, va bene, ragazze. Niente, diciamo che quest'anno non è che ho tutto questo.
Quest'anno va così.
Quest'anno va così. No, ma va bene perché stiamo tutti bene, per cui that's it.
Perché se no tu sei abituata a fare altre cose durante il periodo di San Valentino?
Mai.
Era un pezzo che ormai...
L'unica volta, only thing, I remembered it was before the COVID, but I think was so 2 years ago, the years before, maybe 19, that we decided to go, not because it was Valentine's Day, we realized after that was Valentine's Day, but I remember that on that day I was finishing in the swimming pool at about 9 o'clock. So it was our habits always with Mauro. Mauro was coming to pick me up at the swimming pool and we were going out for dinner every week. And that was Valentine's Day. So we arrived into the Indian restaurant and they were all hearts and flowers. And on the just on the table there was a big teddy bear. I say, wow, fantastic. And we had, that was the only time that we just celebrated in a way without knowing, but actually no, I don't. Not even when I was young, because my men, they always been so very rough, not very romantic. What about you? Ross?
I don't remember because when we got Gabriella, we did Valentine all together. And
con Gabriella.
With Gabriella too. And
very
so,
romantic with your child.
No, when you was a child, you were a child. Sorry, because no, nothing. No. Now it's Gabriella. It's coming to ask me why I mentioned her name.
Ah, gosh. Don't even try. Don't even try.
Would you mind if I change my position? I close myself in the room. Just
of course
one
I
moment,
do.
please. Otherwise, I don't listen to you.
Okay.
In my room,
and you, Martina?
Before Gabriella.
Before Gabriella, what's up?
We spend Valentine in some way at restaurant or some particular doing some particular things.
Yeah. Okay. And you, Martina?
It's a day like another.
It's a day like another. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, yeah.
The same. Because there's always Valentine's Day for you. Yeah. Okay, now let's get a bit into the origins. I'm sorry for Anna that maybe something that we already have studied today, we are going to repeat them
no problem.
A little different way. I mean, more or less. With different words maybe, but more or less you probably know a lot of the things that we are going to see. Okay, but anyway, now we are doing the same, but of course the words are different. So you just are going to see these sentences and you try to explain to me without watching the definition of the underlined word. Okay, Marti, could you please, do you want to try
Yes.
number 1?
The day has become very commercial. It's not about romance anymore.
Okay.
Romance or romance?
No, romance. What about commercial? What does it mean, commercial?
Maybe
I know that it's difficult even in Italian to explain it, so don't worry, but try.
a day like another. Commercial maybe means
If it's commercial, it's probably something to do with
okay,
money.
okay, in quel senso.
Business.
Business. Yeah.
Ma parla di San Valentino comunque, no?
Yes. But it say the day has become very commercial because you know all the people that they are
has become a day very expensive when people spend a lot of their money
okay,
for
so
buy...
commercial, just the definition of commercial is maybe when there's a lot of business behind it.
Yes.
Okay, then we are going to find out the proper definition and to join them together. But now I want that you try to express your thoughts in a way. Anna.
The burial of the king.
Burial
Of the king took place privately.
Burial is
when there is when a man died.
Okay.
Ci si fa il funerale, come si dice. Non so spiegarlo.
Why?
There is, when a man died, there is a burial. Burial.
Yes. Actually, this is a C2 word, but don't worry. So
I
it's
don't understand.
It's a C2 word. Yes, it's a word that the category is C2. Burial. So what do you do when you bury somebody?
Take to the cemetery. Cemetery.
Not necessary, but you put into the ground.
In the ground. Ground.
When you bury something or somebody, you put it in the ground.
Lo seppellisci.
Yes, not necessarily.
Non si dice to put under the land, no?
No, into the ground.
Into the
ground.
Into the ground, okay.
The land is a different word because the land is like territory. The ground is the stuff.
Ok.
Ma scusa, quindi the burial vuol dire seppellire, non funerale.
No, c'entra niente.
E funerale come si dice?
Funeral.
Funeral. Okay.
Funeral.
No, pensavo volesse dire tutte e due le cose.
By the way, there's a very nice film that is called Funeral Party. That is funny, really a funny film, but you have to watch the UK version because the Americans made another version just a couple of years later. But Funeral Party is so funny. It's really, really a fun film, but you know, with a theme because it's a funeral. But try to watch it. I don't know if it's on Netflix. It could be on Netflix or Amazon, but it's not politically correct at all, but it's got a great British humor. I suggest you have to watch in English. If probably we can find it out and we can watch it together someday. That would be nice because it's really fun. Really fun. Okay, Anto, number 3.
There were many pagan festivals before Christianity.
So, can you explain the word pagan?
Pagan is not a Christian festival, or is based on not our God, but si dice
not one God.
Not one God, but multiple
Many.
gods.
Many gods.
Many.
Yes. 4, Ross.
Women wanted to improve their fertility so they took part in rituals. They want to
No, try to explain the word fertility in your word, just this word.
Fertility means that you can have children.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, that's okay. That's enough for now. And Marty, number 5.
He wants to stay a bachelor. He enjoys the lifestyle.
What does it mean, bachelor?
Bachelor, it's a degree. Non è la laurea?
No.
Oh.
It's a state, actually.
He wants to stay
a bachelor.
Bachelor.
He enjoys the lifestyle. Anybody knows this word?
Yes, it's a single man, a man who doesn't have any chain, any join with a woman. Amore, no, il gatto, no, amore. Mi è salito sul computer. Ma amore di mamma.
So,
a
man that is not married.
Isn't married or scapolo.
Scapolo.
Esatto.
Bachelor.
Aspetta che lo segno.
Yeah. I didn't know this word bachelor.
That's why you're here. Okay.
It was about graduation or something similar.
That's a similar word, but let's get on and then I will tell you. Anna, try number 6.
The engagement was very long, almost 8 years.
Wow. Like
engagement when you have the date with another person, a relationship between two people.
An engagement is what? Is?
Engagement non è fidanzamento?
Yes, but you have to explain in English.
Sì, ok. No, però essere sicura che era
It is. No, it is.
The engagement was very long means the
No, the engagement was very long. I want you define the word engagement.
engagement is the relationship
Uh-huh.
between two persons,
To people
anche qua.
that they
Want
have to
to
They are
marry.
falling in love.
they are,
Marry.
no, they
No,
are
not
marry.
Marry.
They
Marry.
must marry.
Ah,
They must
They
marry.
must marry after.
Yes, but they must marry. They
Okay.
promise to marry.
Okay.
ecco.
So
Okay.
it's
Sorry.
stronger relationship than because of okay.
Well,
Okay.
it's not possible to be engaged with a person without without thinking of marriage, of the marriage.
Not in English.
Ah no, se
Ah.
stai fidanzato
No.
te devi
Yeah.
da sposare. Ho
Yeah.
capito.
Yeah, actually, if you are engaged, you should already have a date for your wedding.
Ok.
Quindi
Usually,
a
in
date-
America and English is in UK and America is all more or less like this. You need a ring, you have to follow everything, but
You present your parents.
the traditions,
Ah.
that's the
Ho capito.
engagement.
So to date with the fiancé
Date with somebody is nothing that you promise. You have no
okay.
promises.
In
You date
instead-
somebody.
Okay. Instead engagement with a promise.
Yes.
Okay.
that's it.
Okay.
Usually. Then of course everybody. Anto, number
Valentine
7.
cars are mass produced in the 20th century.
What could you explain with the word mass produced?
Produced a lot of cars.
Yes, but in which way?
No, in a more and more in different in different ways. I don't know. No,
the same time. No.
At the same time, you
The same
mean?
time.
Yes, probably in an industrial way as well. But let's get into the real, yours, they were real as well, but let's get into what they write. Okay, so now let's see. 1, did a commercial. Which of these, Martina, you think is commercial?
Okay, commercial is
They are much easier than the one that you described because you were just using difficult word, but here they're very easy.
sì, concerned with making money.
Yes, concerned with making money is commercial.
Is
Okay,
commercial.
Anna, burial.
Burial, B. Ceremony or act of putting a dead body in the ground.
In the ground, the burial.
Good.
Anto, pagan.
Relating to beliefs that are not form any main world religion.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Ross, fertility.
Quality of being able to have a child.
Yes. And then Marty, the bachelor. Now we got the bachelor here.
A man who has never been married.
Man who has never been married. Yes, of course. And then we got the Anna.
Engagement. Agreement to get married to somebody.
Yeah, it's just the agreement to get married. And Anto, mass produced.
made cheaply in a factory in large quantities.
In large quantity. Okay. So actually, this is the way you
Mhm.
could, but actually is what we are going to see. Now, before we read that, now let's try to do on the other way around. We don't read the text now. We just get into this assessment, and you tell me if you think they are true or false. And then we read the text that is having all the answers. Okay. Ross, number 1.
Valentine's Day was for soldiers that weren't allowed to get married.
You think it's true or false?
False.
You think it's false. Marty, number 2.
Valentine's Day was originally a Christian celebration. True?
Could be true. Anna,
Could be
number
true.
3.
A man called Valentine tried to help people in prison contact their lovers. True.
You did it today.
Lo so.
Okay.
Ma
We will
you
see it.
remember?
You remember something.
Valentine tried to
Valentine.
help people, but I don't remember if contact.
In which way?
Yes.
Okay, I forgive you. If you just say that you regret, I forgive you. Okay, Anto.
A pagan festival celebrating love had an influence on Valentine's Day. Probably true.
Let's see. Rossana.
Valentine's Day became associated with romance because of parties given by the king. False.
Marty.
Saint Valentine keys are given to people to keep their heart safe. Their hearts safe. Hearts.
Mhm.
Okay.
Hearts.
Safe. Maybe true. I don't know.
And Anna?
Nearly 2,000 million Valentine cards.
200.
Sorry, 200 million Valentine cards are sent every year in the USA. I remember 119. True.
It could be true. And Anto?
In Brazil, Valentine's Day is celebrated on a different day of the year. True.
True.
Because
Okay,
now they
now-
have a carnival.
Oh yeah,
period.
they're too busy with something else.
Mm.
You're right. Good point. And now we are going to read the text together. And if by reading you recognize one of this answer, you stop and you say, "Oh, this is true because so and so." Okay. So try to remember all these things, these 8 assessment, and let's find out where they
Aspetta, please
confirm.
wait, fammelo
Wait.
You
fare
wanna
la fotografia.
take a picture?
Un attimo, per forza.
Allora si può.
Oh yes, of course you can. And you can, so in this way, you can see if they are right or wrong. Okay, and we're going to read the text now. Very beautiful flower, haha, beautiful heart. Okay, Ross, let's start one paragraph each.
Yes, just for a moment. Okay. Valentine's Day is
Read the
no, sorry.
title as well.
When did Valentine's Day start? The origins of a romantic tradition.
Good.
Valentine's Day is celebrated in many countries on the 14th of February. Around the world, it is an important cultural and commercial day where people send cards and give presents to their partners or people they would like to date.
Okay, Marty.
However, it was originally a Western Christian
Feast.
feast day, and this is an answer.
Oh, yeah.
It's a Christian feast day
Yeah, that's it.
Mhm.
Very good, Marty.
that honored several saints called Valentinus or Valentine.
Yes.
Ah no, scusa, Valentine.
Valentinus or Valentine.
One legend says that Valentine was a priest in Rome.
Priest.
Priest in Rome in the 3rd century. The emperor
Yes.
at the
Emperor.
time, Claudius II,
The second.
decided that marriage should be banned for young soldiers,
Yes.
as they fought better without wives and families.
This is the first
The first
answer.
answer.
Good.
But without
So
wives.
it's false because it's not for them, but it's completely a different story that has to do with soldier. Okay, good.
Valentine objected to this rule and continued to marry couples in secret.
Yes.
Couples in secret. When his actions were discovered, the emperor ordered that Valentine be put to death.
To death. Yes.
Death.
Yeah. Okay, good. Anna.
Some stories suggest that Valentine was killed because he helped the Christians to escape from Roman prisons. When imprisoned himself, he fell in love with a girl who may have been the jailer's daughter.
Yes.
He sent her a letter before his death, signing it from your Valentine, an expression which people still use today.
So we have a question.
A question, yes.
Which one was it?
The third.
Aspetta che si è spento il telefono.
Aspetta,
Can you read it, Antonella? Yeah,
no, scusami, è la terza?
Sì, la
Can
terza.
you read it? Read it.
A man called Valentine tried to help people in prison contact their lovers.
Actually, it's not true
No.
because he helped to escape from Roman prisons, but what he did was sending this letter to his own lover.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Anto.
While some people believe that the day is celebrated to mark Valentine's death or burial, others think that the Christian church placed it in the middle of February because of pagan festival of Lupercalia, hoping to make it more Christian.
As usual, they did. Okay, Ross.
Celebrated on the 15th of February, Lupercalia was a fertility festival for the Roman god of agriculture, Faunus. During the festival, a goat was sacrificed for fertility and a dog for purification. The goat's skin was dipped in blood, and both women and crop fields were hit gently with it. Women wanted to be touched by this, as it would make them more fertile in the coming year. Fertile. All the young women in a city would also put their names in an urn, and the city's bachelors chose a name. The matches often ended in a marriage.
Okay, so is it replying to anything?
A legend or something.
Ah, ecco, è vero.
Ah, sì.
Pagan spesso sì.
Okay. And this is quite, I mean, there's a lot of words here, like the goat's skin was dipped into the blood.
Pucciata nel sangue.
Yes, and both women and crop fields were hit gently with it.
Che schifo.
Per cui, capito, questa pelle di capra
Capra?
insanguinata veniva data addosso sia alle donne che al terreno dove c'erano le crop. Spiegaci, Anna, che vuol dire crop.
I raccolti.
I raccolti, per cui i terreni coltivati.
I raccolti del campo, sì.
Crop fields sarebbero i terreni coltivati per il raccolto, perché così gli faceva diventare fertili sia l'uno che l'altro. Ok?
Sono
All the young
sciocchezze
women in a
queste.
city also put their names in an urn. Anche se qui c'è un asterisco, ma voi lo capite perché è una parola sì, di origine proprio latina. And the city's bachelor choose a name. E poi se le sposavano pure la maggior parte. Ok, Marti, 6.
The day didn't become associated with romantic love until the 14th century, when
Geoffrey
Chaucer
Chaucer wrote a poem to celebrate the first anniversary of the engagement of Richard II. The poem mentions the time of year as one when birds choose mates.
Yes.
In French and in England, at this time, people believed that the middle of February was the beginning of the mating season. So this added to the idea that romance should be celebrated at this time of year.
Okay, so we have another.
The answer, number 5.
Yes.
Valentine's Day became associated with the romance.
So this one is false. No? Because the reason wasn't because of the parties given by the king, but was
what does
because...
it mean? Well, because of the parties given by the king. Che vuol dire?
Perché dava delle feste, il re.
Parties.
Parties. Non era per quello, per quel motivo che diventava romantic.
L'engagement.
But, yes, because Geoffrey Chaucer wrote a poem to celebrate the first anniversary of the engagement. Seeing that the engagement of a king could even last for years, because sometimes they had the promise when they were just kids or very young children, and that they were already engaged, but they had to wait until, I don't know, 16 or 18 to get married. That's why sometimes at courts, the engagement were so long. Actually, with normal people, they are not. Okay. Mates. Here as one, when birds choose mates. What are mates in this case? And then we got the mating season.
Appuntamenti.
No.
No,
No, Mets,
Magne.
It's something that is connected with animals.
animals, friend,
Friend
friends.
is normal. The word
Friend,
we use
La
mate.
compagna
Queen-
della vita.
A partner, no.
partner for the
Sexual
animal.
animal partner.
Mhm.
Accoppiarsi.
Ok.
Infatti, the mating season
Il periodo
è il periodo
dell'accoppiamento.
dell'accoppiamento.
Ah,
Mhm.
ok.
Allora, mate come parola l'avrete incontrata sicuramente come amico.
Schoolmate.
Sì, come penmate, come
Compagno di
amico tra gli
classe, tipo
esseri umani,
classmate, no?
esatto, schoolmate, eccetera.
Mm.
Ma con gli animali, quando si parla di mate, è il partner per essere accoppiato.
Ok.
Ah.
Ok? Per cui, and the mating season è il periodo dell'accoppiamento.
L'accoppiamento.
Ok. Anna,
Arrivo. Dove siamo arrivati?
7.
Ok.
Penso
By
Anna.
the 18th century, it had
Mhm.
grown into a day where lovers gave flowers, offered sweets, and sent written cards to show their love, much like it today. In Europe, St. Valentine's keys are still also given as a symbol to unlock the giver's heart.
Questa
Here?
risponde a... E quindi
Yes.
it's true.
No, it's false.
No. Ah,
Because
perché?
it's not to keep their hearts safe. It's to unlock their hearts, the key. The symbol of the key is not to keep it safe, but to unlock them.
Apri il lucchetto
Eh,
e quindi sciogliere il fidanzamento.
No,
Ah,
no, attenzione, la chiave, il simbolo della chiave, qui c'è scritto, che era per tenere i cuori al sicuro.
sicuro.
Invece è esattamente il contrario, perché il
Ah.
simbolo della chiave è per aprire il cuore alla
Giusto.
persona, no? Aprire,
Unlock. Cioè,
unlock,
Unlock.
unlock.
Ok.
Opposite of lock.
Io non l'ho capita manco in italiano, ve lo dico.
Allora,
Scusami.
perché si regalano le
Complicato.
chiavi?
To open.
Per aprire il cuore a qualcuno, no?
Door.
Tu hai il
Ah.
cuore chiuso, quando ti innamori lo apri e la persona entra nel tuo cuore.
Dice
Non
qui
l'ho mai
per
capita
il-
sta cosa io. Mai.
Ho
Sono proprio
proprio-
un'arida.
È un difetto di fabbrica, Antonella, non ti preoccupare, non è un problema.
Proprio un'arida.
No.
Che disagio.
Che disagio. Ok, vai Anto.
Ok.
Since the 19th century, mass-produced greetings cards have replaced handwritten notes and poems. In the USA, around 190 million Valentine cards are sent each year.
So
In-
they do reply.
The answer.
Erano 200
200, erano 200.
Nearly
So
erano
around
200 million.
190 million. So it's around two.
Ah, sì, è giusto, quindi
Yes.
è
200 milioni.
Correct.
Sì.
Yes.
In 2015 in the UK, come si dice la sterlina?
Pound.
Pound. 1.9 billion
No,
pound.
No.
1 billion
Nine pounds.
pounds.
1 billion 9 pounds
Oh,
Mhm.
sì.
was spent on Valentine cards and gifts, with just under half the population buying something for Valentine's
Valentine's Day. Okay, billion. Remember, billion. It's 1,000 of million.
So si dice
Okay.
1
Yes.
Miliardo.
But
billion,
1 million, billion, 9.
Billion. 1 billion point 9.
Ah, 0.9. Okay.
1 billion point 9 pounds.
Pounds. Or 1
Ok.
billion pounds. 1 billion 9 pounds. Yes.
1
Nine.
1 billion 9
9
pounds.
pounds. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Billion is 1,000 million. Miliardo.
Ma tu pensa quanta
Miliardi.
gente stupida che fa ste cose.
Sì.
Andare a buttare soldi per queste
Ross.
cose qui.
Valentine's Day traditions and dates
Vary.
vary around the world. In South Korea, women give chocolate to men on February the 14th, and men give non-chocolate sweets on March the 14th. In Finland, Valentine's is called Friends' Day, which is more about appreciating friends. In Brazil, the day is known as Boyfriends and Girlfriends' Day and is celebrated on the 12th of June.
Quindi c'avevo ragione io a dire.
Yes,
last,
yes, that was the last
the last
one was
one.
correct. Yes. Okay, here is the definition of urn. An urn is similar to a large vase that is often decorated and put in the garden with two handles on the top. It can also have a lid and be used to contain a person's ashes.
Which is a lead.
Lid is this one, the one that is
Ah.
up. For example, even in a pan, the lid is also this. This is the eyelid. You remember the eyelid?
Sì.
Everything is going to close gently, but even in a pan, the cap usually is called the lid. Or in a box, you can have the lid that is not just covering, but it's just a lid like
Il
this.
coperchio sbasculante.
Yeah, could be a very good expression. Yes, good, nice, I love it. Okay, now, why did the emperor decide to ban marriage for young soldier? Ross, do you remember?
Because they could the war is bad. They could win the war. I know that this facilitated the ability to win.
The fighting.
The fighting.
No winning. We're not
winning,
talking
the
about
fight,
winning,
the
but
battle,
the fighting.
to do the battle.
Yeah, they probably could fight better. If they had no families, no wives. Yes. Do you agree with it?
No.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
About
For
the top, yes.
For me, no. For me, no. Because if you have a certain serenity in your home, probably you are stronger to fight.
Yes, but you are more afraid of dying.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't fight. And you are so brave because you're thinking, oh, she or my children, they're waiting for me. So you have to be careful. And you don't go into the battle without be brave and strong, but you are quite moderate. You could be.
Nothing.
I don't agree. I don't completely agree.
To lose. When you have nothing to lose, you just fight for the god of fighting. But when you have a family, you are maybe you are more careful.
Like the last series that we watched together.
Yeah.
We see, okay, the man that lost
his wife.
So nothing
doesn't want to live anymore. Yeah. What were the reasons for the sacrifice of certain animals during Lupercalia? Martina, do you remember?
This is it was used for oddio, lo spiegherò malissimo.
So the aim, think about the aim. The final aim during Lupercalia was to grow what? To grow with
the ground, no, scusa, non era che they put the blood.
Sì, ma qui ti chiede what were the reasons? Quali
For
erano i
Mary-
motivi
for
per cui
Mary-
facevano questi sacrifici? Qual era
for
l'obiettivo? Accrescere la fertilità, no?
Fertilità.
Della terra e delle donne.
Sì,
Era
sì.
questa, no? Per cui, no.
For grow, no.
To grow?
The fertility of plants and women.
Crops, of the crops and the women. Yeah, of the crops and the women. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. And Anto, why did Valentine's Day?
Mi sto perdendo, non me lo ricordo.
Non ti ricordi?
No.
Valentine's Day become associated with love. We got
No.
Geoffrey Chaucer. Do you remember Geoffrey Chaucer?
No, io ho pure studiato quando stavo a scuola, pensa un po'.
Ecco.
Ancora me lo ricordo.
Geoffrey Chaucer è la prima cosa che si
Sì.
studia nel
È vero, la letteratura
Wrote-
inglese, è vero.
Wrote a poem.
Già.
He wrote a poem. Why?
When the king
Mhm.
engaged.
Richard II engaged with
Yeah, for his anniversary.
Exactly.
Yes,
Yeah,
okay.
for the
Exactly. Adesso me lo ricordo.
That's it. Okay. And do you remember what is unusual about Valentine's in Korea?
L'ha detto l'ultima cosa che abbiamo letto. Stasera
sì.
sono stanca.
Io
Riportala
non
un
lo dico
attimo su,
perché
fammela
l'ho
fuori
visto
vedere.
due volte.
The man
The man?
don't give to women not sweet chocolate sweet
Yes,
in
but
March.
when? Because on the 14th of February, the
Women give
Say, Anna.
The women gave to the men the chocolate.
Okay.
Okay, the 14th of
Instead,
February.
yes, 1 month after,
Later, yes.
the men gave the women non chocolate.
Non chocolate sweets.
Non chocolate sweets.
Che gli danno?
Caramelle o
altre cose.
Ok.
altri dolcetti, ma che non devono essere di cioccolato. Don't ask me why.
Un mese dopo.
Un mese dopo, però.
Okay.
Okay, let's try to find out the right place for these verbs. Are you still awake? Are you still there?
È sempre più giù.
Sì,
sono sdraiata sul letto.
Io
sono
pure,
fatta.
come puoi notare, anch'io ho la tastiera del letto qua. We are both.
Scendo sempre più giù.
Then I got a memory foam mattress, so I'm going slowly down because the mattress is just is getting my shape that is quite heavy. So sometimes I have to go up. Yes. Marty.
Vado io.
Please.
Choose the correct verbs from the text to complete the sentence.
Sis.
Many sentences. Many people to the new runway at the airport because it will cause a lot of pollution.
This is like, a title in the newspaper. So is related to a fact. It's not just a general information. So many people to the new runway at the airport because it will cause a lot of pollution.
Replace, chissà.
Appreciate. Come si dice?
Appreciate. No.
Runway.
What is the runway?
No.
Sì? Yes.
La pista.
Di atterraggio di decollo.
Di atterraggio, sì.
La pista, the runway.
Ah no,
Di
aspetta,
solito è
dice il
di
contrario.
Paolo,
Mm.
Dice il contrario, esatto.
Certo, quindi non è appressibile.
No, è proprio il contrario.
Ah, esatto.
E object è un verbo.
It is. They are all verbs. To object. What does it mean, to object?
Non lo
Il
so.
silenzio più totale da parte di tutte.
No, because
Io
object
penso sia
in
una cosa-
general is object is a something.
Yes, when it's a noun. But
Noun.
here is a verb. To object. When you see some film that are at courts where there are lawyers and there's the judge and the lawyer say, I object,
Mi oppongo.
your honor.
Allora, object.
Ah,
Mi oppongo, è giusto?
Yes, yes,
Opporsi.
yes.
Object.
Object.
Object to is
Object too, yes, very good.
forsia. Okay.
All these words tonight, they are between B2 and C1. They are almost C1. Okay.
Ok, quindi many people object to the new runway at the airport because it will cause a lot of pollution, che so le...
inquinamento.
Inquinamento.
sì, inquinamento.
Okay, Annie.
It was quite common for people to animals as a gift for the gods.
Sacrifice.
Sacrifice, yes. Anto.
People now, Valentine's Day with romance, but people now associate Valentine's Day with romance, but the original day had another connections.
Yes, another
Associate.
connections. Associate, link. Okay. Ross.
There is a special day in some countries to appreciate friends, not just your partner.
Yes, appreciate.
Appreciate.
Okay.
Appreciate.
And Marty, 5.
To honor his bravery in the battle, the man was given a medal.
Yes, to honor his bravery in the battle, the man was given a medal. And Anna?
He wasn't able to replace the broken light bulb as all the shops were closed.
The light bulb.
Okay, Stampedini.
The light bulb. Okay. Very good, girls. Fantastic. Basta. That's it. Very good indeed. Adesso vi faccio ridere un po', dato che abbiamo solo 2 minuti, e vi faccio vedere quello che ho fatto io invece oggi a scuola, dato che per me un tema si può fare in vari modi, no? Allora, il tema di Valentine's Day. Vediamo se riesco a condividervi tutto allora quanto, per cui vi faccio condividi il desktop. Questo lo devo chiudere. Allora, questa è la mia cartella di Valentine's Day, che adesso però non so se io vi apro i file, se li vedete o meno. Aspettate che lo metto giù, ingrandisco. Allora, naturalmente ci sono tutti i video, c'è di tutto, però le cose che i bambini, ad esempio, hanno fatto sono queste. Non so, vedete il PDF?
No, vediamo
ancora vediamo le...
Ecco, no.
Adesso vediamo la faccia di Anna.
E io quella di Antonella.
Ecco, ora sì.
Vedete le cards?
Le
cards che poi si piegano e ogni bambino aveva la sua cards, perché la tradizione delle cards è molto comune, anche questa, Happy Valentine's Day.
Ma chi le ha fatte queste cards?
Le faccio io, cioè le faccio sui vari siti che ci sono, io le trovo, le vado cercando, è anche una delle cose che insegno agli insegnanti nei miei corsi, a farsi solo queste cose. Poi un sacco di video, io ve ne ho mandato uno che spero che voi abbiate
sì.
il tempo di vederlo, quello del mio amico Pete the Cat.
Io l'ho visto, è
Hai visto che
carinissimo. Sì,
carino? Pete
molto.
the Cat è un eroe, io lo adoro perché è l'eroe della positività, no? Per cui tutti gli storytelling su Pete the Cat, che qualsiasi cosa succeda, però va sempre bene. Per cui, e lì ci sono un sacco di frasi, di modi
Persone
di dire,
famose.
di persone
Frasi di
famose.
persone famose.
Poi un altro che vi volevo... qui ce l'ho un sacco, ve le mando qualche video, perché c'è ad esempio, vabbè, questo però,
Hello, boys and girls. Today our story is called
lo sentite?
Love Monster
Sentire
and
sì.
Non lo
the
vedete però.
Perfect
No.
Present.
Questo.
Love Monster and the Perfect Present
Che non è
by Rachel
il
Bright.
verbo, il perfect present in questo caso, ma è il regalo
Stuff
perfetto,
inside.
vedete?
And sometimes a very special day, in fact, when the streets are filled with
In
lights, the
Cutesville.
air is filled with music, and the whole town gets super excited. Yes,
Va bene, non
once a
vi
year.
tedio oltre.
Che sono carini.
Carino.
Ma quello lo fai per i bambini?
Ma il
Per i
mostro dei
bambini.
colori, quello,
Sì, sì.
è vero?
Sì, era come quello dei
Il
colori
mostro
delle emozioni.
Esatto, sì.
È lo stesso, esatto, delle
È lui.
emozioni, che è il mostro brava, vedi? Sì, sì, sì. E poi, vabbè, c'è la storia animata. Ah, questa è carina, ve la faccio vedere se avete 5 minuti, proprio, che è esattamente quello di cui abbiamo parlato, in 5 minuti.
"2,000 years ago, the most powerful army in the world belonged to the Romans. The Romans were so strong that they conquered almost all of Europe and parts of Asia and Africa. But then they began to grow very rich and a little bit lazy. Life in the army was harsh, and many of the soldiers longed for the comforts of home. They wanted to get married and set up families. The emperor, whose name was Claudius II, grew worried that his army was growing soft, and so he made a law that no soldier was allowed to get married. By that time, many of the Romans were Christians, and one of their leaders was a bishop called Valentine. He believed that if a man and woman fell in love with each other, they should get married, and so he decided to let soldiers get married in his church, even though now it was against the law. The soldiers' weddings were meant to be kept secret, but as you know, all secrets are hard to keep, and soon the word got out. Valentine was arrested and brought before the emperor, who demanded that he stopped helping soldiers to marry, and instead that he pray to the gods of Rome. When he refused, the emperor sentenced him to death. While Valentine was in prison, the jailer's daughter used to bring him his food. She was a young woman who was unfortunately blind. She and Valentine used to spend long hours talking to each other, and soon they fell in love. One day, Valentine put his hand through the bars of the cell and touched the lids of her closed eyes. When she opened them again, she could see. It was a miracle. Valentine's execution was set for the 14th of February. On his last night on earth, he wrote his final message to the girl. He signed his love letter, "From your Valentine." This took place in the year 270, and ever since, lovers have sent each other messages on February the 14th with the same signature. And that's the story.
Ok, that's it.
Carino.
Anche se c'è un'inesattezza, perché in effetti non è dal 270 che viene considerato, che viene legato, è stato rilegato dopo a questo evento, perché come abbiamo visto prima l'evento era semplicemente un po' più legato ai raccolti, ai contadini e ad altre cose, alla fertilità. Però insomma, beh, questo è. Poi sai, la storia così antica è difficile da situarla.
Che avrà
Ok,
ragione.
sweet girls.
Grazie,
Allora,
Thank you for
a big kiss to you. I hope you have a very nice week, rest of the week, and relax. Don't sleep immediately, Antonella. Go and
Ma
have your dinner.
siamo?
Ok, ok.
Ok.
With
Hai già
our very romantic stracciatella in brodo, col brodino, stasera brodino.
Io brodino
Very
stasera.
romantic. Io anche, però con la
them
stracciatella
for us.
Io vi dico solo
with
che
fresh
stasera
eggs.
mio figlio sta preparando insieme alla fidanzata Andrea, insieme alla fidanzata, gli spaghetti alle vongole. Oh mio
Wow.
io
Ti
non-
arriva l'odore?
Sì, ormai io non faccio più niente dentro casa. La cucina
Bello.
Io vengo a
Meraviglioso.
trasferire da te. Ok.
Bacio.
See you.
Bacio.
Bye.
Ho sentito
Bye bye,
Maila,
girls.
per caso?
Ma hai
Sta
letto?
meglio, sta meglio.
Perché cosa aveva?
Ah, è caduta dalle scale, si è mezza
Ah,
rotta,
sì,
si è rotta
sì.
tutto. Ah, però per domani non lo so, adesso la chiamo e sento che intenzioni ha, ti scrivo subito.
Va bene, ok.
Che
Baci.
bye.
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 Ciao.
Bye.
Ciao.